Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First and foremost, a special congratulations to our graduates here. I'm sure you folks have heard a lot of inspirational talks and maybe specific messages over the last few weeks as you prepare to get to graduation. So, in my preparing to be here today, I couldn't decide what I was going to really share about. So it's a bunch of things I'm going to share about today, but I want to extend my mahalo to all of you for the invitation to be here to share some of these thoughts. One of the things I thought about in getting ready to come here to share a message, a manao, was reflecting back on my own time graduating high school. I just made 30 last Saturday, so that was 12 years ago that I was graduating high school from Kamehameha Schools. And a theme or a message I wanted to talk about today, in light of where you folks are, is comes from a line of a song that each of us as graduates from Kamehameha Schools had to learn to graduate. The song is called Sail On, O My Soul. And the line that I wanted to share with all of us today was, the cruise of life just now begun. Life is like a cruise, and I can kind of relate it to a cruise that we can go on, because I just came home from a cruise for the first time a couple weeks ago. And it really reminded me, there's parts of a cruise when you go on a cruise ship that are like the best, right? Like really good food sometimes. Other times the food is like mediocre, life is like that. Other times you have really wonderful experiences on the cruise, other times not so wonderful. Around you as you go on a cruise, sometimes there's beautiful weather. When we were leaving San Francisco, blue skies, and we sailed right under the Golden Gate Bridge. Later that night, the stormiest, rockiest boat I've ever been on. And life is like that, right? We have our ups, we have our downs. And it's that ability for us to reflect, however, on our foundation. And our foundation is what makes us, that comes through with us no matter where we are or what is going on around us. And for those of you graduating, for myself and for everyone in the room, oftentimes our foundation is our family, our best friends, and our community, especially those here who are here to support all of you and take a part in this recognition that we're here today. For myself, I had a good introduction, mahalo. I come from Kaloko, North Kona, and I guess today my manao is, there's three kind of parts to my manao that I want to share. One of them is that kahua, that foundation. Another is this manao of perseverance and hard work. But let's start by combining those two. And today I wanted to bring in a story that I recently learned about my great-grandma, Ed.D, who's here back in the Calaveria at Daifukuji. And in going through some of our family's documents, found that she was married when she came from Japan to Hawaiʻi in 1897. Originally was set to go to Kula, Hawaii, ended up somehow in Waipahu before making it here to Hawaiʻi Island. She was married, like I said, and then had 3 kids with that first marriage, and eventually that marriage fell apart. That person went on to the West Coast, and we stayed together with my great-grandpas and Pūnana Leo, got together here in Kona. They met in Kona, got married. But this idea of hard work, coming from a place with nothing, making $2 a week as a salary or as payment for working on the plantation. She came as a contracted laborer. And eventually, through her hard work, through her good planning. Perhaps some say that the business smarts that came from Hiroshima, apparently Hiroshima people were kind of smart on the business side, but put together different things that allow her to build step by step a better life, not just for herself, but for her children that she had here. So from weaving that she learned from Hawaiians here to woodworking. They had a noodle business in Honolulu, and eventually starting the Kona Hotel, where my dad, his siblings, that was their home, that was grandma and grandpa's house for me. But I reflect on that because we all start somewhere with a foundation, that being our family, not just those that we meet today, but those that came before us. So to recognize and pay respect and honor to our kupuna that came before us, we have a duty to work hard. Nothing in life comes easy. And I'm still learning that every day, you know, if you don't work hard, things might be harder later. So you have to work hard every day, no matter what you choose to do. When I graduated 12 years ago, I knew I was going to college, I knew where I was going to college, but I had no clue beyond that what for sure I would be doing. What I'm doing today, never thought in my mind that would be something I would get into, you know, serving community as a public official. But beyond that, connecting back to family, last month I was able to go to Fukuoka, Japan for the first time. Fukuoka is where Grandpa Inaba, my great-grandfather, came from. And although I'm Hawaiian, and we know Hawaiian, everything is about ohana and aloha, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit later, I was reminded of the similarities between Hawaiian culture and Japanese culture. And funny story, okay? So I got to go meet my family, and the only way I was able to make this connection was I found this old family document in the safe at the hotel, and it referenced the temple, the name of our family temple in Fukuoka. So here I went on this mission to find family. Wrote a little script in Japanese, and I filtered it on Facebook with people with the last name Inaba living in Fukuoka, and I sent the message to probably 20 people, and one of them was a hit, my third cousin, Grandpa Inaba's brother's great-grandson. So on my visit to Fukuoka, not only did I get to have lunch, but I actually got to visit our family temple. They had organized and held a service specifically just for the 6 of us. And it just ties into this mana'o of foundations and values. I learned and was reminded perhaps of the connection between our values as people of Hawaiʻi and our cousins and our ohana in Japan. One of the most important things that each of us have living or being raised or born in Hawaii is this thing, aloha, right? You can work hard without aloha. You can have a foundation, but if your foundation isn't of aloha, things might not work out as good. So I wanted to share a little kako thing, something we do together today. And it's a short 3-line chant. And it just reminds us, and this is not something that you'll hear anywhere else, so this is a thing for us today. We'll do it Hawaiian style. I was going to print it, but I said no. In the traditions of Hawaiians, we never had things written down. So it's mekapepea with our ears and mekana'au with our insights, with our feeling. So repeat after me. Elei.
Elei.
Elei ho'i.
Elei ho'i.
Elei ikale.
Elei ikale.
Ake aloha.
Ake aloha.
Okay. Elei.
Elei.
Elei ho'i.
Elei ho'i.
Elei ikale.
Elei ikale.
Ake aloha.
Ake aloha.
Okay. some of us can probably piece together what we're talking about. Eleye is to give a lei. Eleye, ele hoi. When you give a lei, you're also receiving a lei. Ele ikale, wear a lei of aloha. Okay, so wherever we go, you give this lei of aloha, and by you giving, it comes back to you, and that you take and continue to grow and share with others, no matter where you do, where you are. It's that foundation you bring with you, your hard work, and the aloha. So, repeat after me. This is now we're gonna put some tune to it. Eleye, eleye hoi, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, eleye ikale, ake aloha, ake aloha. Okay, one more time. Eleye, eleye, eleye hoi, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, eleye ikale, ake aloha, ake aloha. Okay, so that's all we do now. We've been sitting for a little bit. Shake it out. Make sure our feet are up. We can do it together. We'll do it one more time. Repeat after me, and then we'll do it together. Eleye, eleye, eleye hoi, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, eleye ikale, ake aloha, ake aloha. Okay, now we're gonna do it together, and then once we're my pa'i, we do it 3 times in a row. Okay, so first time, let's get a run through together with me. Makokau a oya. Eleye, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, ake aloha. Okay, I was like, we're not gonna be here too long. Okay, so now 3 times, and then it ends with eleye ikale, ake aloha. Nothing crazier than that, okay? So let's give it a try 3 times through. Makokau a oya. Eleye, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, ake aloha. Eleye, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, ake aloha. Eleye, eleye hoi, eleye ikale, ake aloha. Maika'i, okay, have a seat, have a seat. So, if I wanna leave us, or especially you folks in the first row, anything, no matter what your plans are, I had no clue, like I said, all you do is take who you are, the foundation you've had, you work really hard, you remember to be of service to your community, whatever community that may be, wherever you are. You take this lei of aloha that all of us shared today with you, wherever you are, and going back to this mana'o of this cruise of life. Like I said, there will be the ups, there will be the downs, and that is life. And although the cruise of life just now begun, if you take these three things with you, you can sail far and wide with the stars and the sun. So mahalo nui for the opportunity to share, and Imua, just go forward with those three things. Mahalo everyone.
Thank you very much for your message, Dr. Inaba.